I was in Cyprus, heading up into the Troodos Mountains with the founder of the EasyJet airline. Stelios Haji Ioannou is trying to do something practical to bring the Greek and Turkish sides together. He's got involved partly because his father was born in a Cypriot village, although this is Stelios' first visit in 10 years.
So how does it feel for you to be going back to this, to come back to this village?
Well, this little village, which I believe now only has 172 residents year-round, is the birthplace of my father. Back then they were farmers, so they were struggling, and my father sort of decided that, you know, he wanted to travel, he wanted to see the world, he wanted to be involved in shipping, which is where he made his money.
And is he still remembered, and are you in this village?
I'd like to see, I don't know.
It's
a small village, so, you know, they remember their successful sons, if you like.
Well, here we are.
People in the village of Pedulus applaud what Stelios is trying to do. They all remember his father.
Thank you, Pastor.
The local mayor led us to the small house where Stelios' father grew up.
Salon here.
And this is the house?
And this is house number 7.
Number 7. Well, what does it do to you to come and look at it and think back what your father has achieved from this very humble beginning?
I've always been, I always admired people who started from nothing, because I'm not self-made. So I always feel guilty that I started with help from him. I think it's amazing to see someone who's truly self-made from this to a big shipping company.
So all-embracing was the welcome that I was swept along in its wake.
Oops, yes. So what is this? What am I drinking here?
You are drinking... No.
Cyprus whiskey.
No, it's...
Sylvania.
It's true spirit. It comes out from grapes.
Yes.
True spirit.
It sounds more like Cyprus firewater.
Yeah.
Yes, it is firewater.
Even in this friendly, peaceful village, it's never entirely possible to forget the bitterness and the mutual suspicion that scars Cyprus today.
Looking down at this, it almost looks a sort of an idyll, really. But of course, we know that that is not the case generally, because we look here and it's this is the Greek side. Just across the hills are the Turks.
The first time I went over was 2 years ago. So literally, although the border opened, you know, other than curiosity in the first few months, most people said, we have nothing to do with these guys, we don't need to go. And I still have relatives who said, we will never go. Now, obviously, I live abroad, so it's easier for me to sort of venture on the other side and see what's going on. And, you know, the biggest problem of a divide and no interaction is that you tend to lionize the other side, and you think they eat babies for breakfast, that sort of thing. So it's quite useful to actually go and see they're real people, you know, normal people that have needs and aspirations.
It's amazing to even talk in these terms, really, isn't it?
Back in Nicosia, I got the chance to see Stelios' work in progress. He's brought together would-be entrepreneurs from the Greek and Turkish sides to prove to them that in the pursuit of business initiatives, they have a lot in common. With great tact, he found a neutral venue for their meeting, one of the few buildings in the buffer zone open to the public.
How nice of you to come. Join us. Good to see you.
Stelios' big idea is to offer generous financial grants to Greek and Turkish Cypriots to set up new companies to benefit them both.
We envy you for the fact that you were able to dole out these sums of money to no doubt quite deserving people.
Two of those who received grants were Izit Zorlu, a Turkish Cypriot, and Statis Papastasio, a Greek Cypriot.
I could never believe myself to work with a Turkish Cypriot. It was like, okay, we are supposed to be enemies.
I still have problems convincing my grandmother that Greek Cypriots can be good friends.
Really? They started up the first hire car company, that allows customers to take a vehicle and to cross from one side of the divide to the other. We were about to do just that and to drive into Turkish northern Cyprus.
How difficult was it before to cross the borders we are doing today?
Well, it was basically impossible. You have to go to the government, get a special permission in order to cross from north to south, and I would say the similar thing from
South to
north as well.
The border was a little reminiscent of Checkpoint Charlie, the crossing point in Berlin.
You stop?
Yes, you did.
Here, it's the stark, crushing reality of life in the divided island.
Now you're in virtually almost different country.
Yeah, you will feel it. You will feel it.
Stelios, what do you think about that when you come by here and see that Turkish Cypriot
I
flag?
don't like it very much. I mean, it's not Turkish or anybody. It's Cyprus. It's for Cypriots.
Not too much changes visibly as you move from south to north. The northern mountain range, which sweeps down to the coast, dotted with idyllic towns like Karinia, are as beautiful as anything in the south. But sadly, there's been little real progress in the last 30 years in healing Europe's last great divide.
These people used to live together. There was no problem until they had the problem.
They didn't fall in love. Somebody arranged their marriage. The love can come later. So we want the solution first, and we can love each other later. All right?
At this seaside lunch, Izid Zorlu and his friends talk amicably about their broken country and about possible solutions. So far, their political leaders have failed to agree. I left Cyprus for another former jewel of the British Empire, an island fought over by more nations than any other in the Mediterranean, Malta.